We got to stop this. We got to stop, and we got to check people and ask them. So you talk all this about when is the last white person you if that's what you feel is the solution, when is the last person you killed? Revolutionary? No, those are not revolutionaries. They're not. And I challenge anyone to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong tonight. Prove me wrong tonight. Any revolutionary is free to call up and prove Ambassador, prove her wrong tonight. You saw what happened. These people that's out here, a lot of these Muslims out here, that you see them, you laugh, you say, oh, these guys wearing the dress, and they prostrate, they got their ass up in the air and do all stuff, you know. But these guys they're gonna do what they're gonna do. And they're not telling you about it. They just, next thing you know, you look at the news and, oh, shit. Come on, man, stop all that. That's not what revolution is about.
And it's making us look bad. Let me mention that. You know what I'm saying? It's making us look bad. And when I say us, I'm being a little selfish on this one. I'm talking about me, you, you know, anybody that's out here, anybody that's in the chat room, any real brothers in the chat room. I see Ja in there. Ja stay elevated. I see Kala. I see, you know, I ain't gonna name all of y'all, but I see you all in there.
Those are the real African warriors right there.
Right. They make us look bad. Because every time we go to try to talk about anything involving African-centeredness, they just assume that we one of these clowns.
There's a lot of clowns out there. A lot.
First of all, we must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux of my venereal infection. Now, if I may retain my liquids here for one moment, I'd like to continue the redundance of my quote-unquote intestinal tract. See, because to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumvent, circumcise the revelation that reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation.
Because that's who they think we are.
Pontificating.
Yeah.
I guess you must be trying to. I guess a lot of these guys are trying to impress girls, because that's the only people that might really, you know, and weak Negroes that really feel impressed by that. You want a girl to think that you tough, so you want to walk around with the screw face and talk tough. Come on, man. Your record doesn't indicate any of what you're talking. You are safe. They can walk among white folks. You can walk amongst these guys safely. They're not going to do nothing to you.
I think, yeah, the record is shown.
Get it right, man. Get it right. Get your mind right. Revolution starts inside you. Get your diet right. Start to get your priorities together. We have to stop. We have to do what we're supposed to do to elevate these children. That's our job in this day and time. It's not, you know, if it came down to when we building our nation and we're living peacefully and we educating our children and they're able to live as global citizens, and then someone wants to try to infringe upon that and hurt these kids, then you know what we got to do. There's no question about that.
Right.
The same thing you would do if somebody was to come in your house and try to harm your kids. I don't advocate harming nobody's children for no reason, because you're mad. And these Arabized Negroes that's out there in Africa, you know, they don't represent us. Not those, not them, killing their own people in the name of what? The Quran? The Quran told you to do that?
And the funny thing about it, man, I can think of so many ways for us. As a matter of fact, when you really look at it in totality, our situation, it could be solved pretty quickly if not for the agents and just the people out here intentionally trying to keep us in the situation that we are in. You know, it's really like systematically, when you look at it systematically, this could be solved really within one generation. One generation, like we've said, me and you have said this many times on this show, give us one generation of Africans, one generation of children where we can instill these values and instill this knowledge and this information to them on a preschool level up to the university level. Yep. If we can do that for one generation, this shit will be turned around. One. But the problem is, we can't even establish the freaking infrastructure to create the institution. So everybody out here is a bunch of solo agents. Solo soldiers, I should say, not agents. Solo soldiers. Come on, man. You know? I mean, that's our reality. You have to do what you can for your family because Lord knows you don't have no context to work within. You're working in a white supremacist construct. We don't, apparently, the 5%, the people who know what time it is, don't feel the need to organize anything. I keep talking, I run it like a broken record on here. Show me a national institution, any institution that we can build, that the so-called African-centered people, that we can build on a national level. Show me one. Just one. If you can't produce one institution, nobody should be listening to you. And that's why they look at us as clowns. What's the sense of gaining all of this knowledge? I mean, think about it. We have people who are specialists in every aspect of African culture. Don't we?
Yep. Yep.
We got nutritionists. We got people. You got people who can break down every region in Africa. Give you history, give you culture, give you linguistics. We got archaeologists. We got scientists. We got physicists. We got linguists. We got all of these people. And what are these people doing? Are they gathering together into any type of council and compiling all this information into a systematic way? No. They create their own individual hustles so that they can create some type of existence within this Eurocentric white supremacist construct.
Period.
And that's supposed to be effective?
Mm-mm. With, in unity there's strength. The individual can that's all you see. Traveling about, spewing a bunch of bullshit, but traveling about safely, traveling through this European system, getting on this plane, taking, making sure you're checking all your bags, you're making sure that they warned you. You don't say, hey, don't warn. Yeah, I got a gun. That's right. Remember the Panthers? The Panthers was walking around with pistols. And they wasn't talking about just killing white folks. They was talking, they was more talking about, we're using this because we have a right, according to the Second Amendment, to arm ourselves as citizens.
And they was protecting their people against the police. So they wasn't just posturing for their own people. And somebody's talking about Khalid Muhammad in the chat room. I'm gonna tell you something. Most of these dudes have no clue who Khalid Muhammad was. Khalid Muhammad wasn't a psychopath. Khalid Muhammad wasn't a lunatic. Khalid Muhammad was one of the most intelligent Africans in this country. They don't have a clue who he is. All they see is the rhetoric. They hear the fiery rhetoric, and then they just extract whatever fits their little self-hatred mode. You know what I'm saying? And then they want to go and build on that. They don't realize Khalid Muhammad loved African people.
Yep.
And he did a lot of things that wasn't just in front of a freaking microphone talking. He actually did the work. There was no cameras around when we was feeding the homeless with the UAM, United African Movement. There was no cameras there. There was no videotapes.
did Khalid Muhammad, you know, peace and blessings to that brother, his soul, our ancestors, did he kill black people? Is there a record of Khalid Muhammad that he's murdered black people? Who?
Right.
Did he murder anybody for that matter? Khalid Muhammad's thing was he is destroying the concept of that this white man is your God, and
right.
and you want to serve him from now on to the end of days, and forsake your own people. He was killing that concept.